Hello, I'm Donal Macaulay and welcome to medicsvoices.com, where we talk to the key opinion leaders in health and medicine around the world. Today we're in Heir Island in the very far distant southwest of Ireland, and remarkably we're here with the European Medical Orchestra, and the coordinator is Dave Thomson. Dave, thank you very much for joining us today. Tell us a little bit about the orchestra and how it's here in West Cork today.
Well, we're not all here, but a few of the players from EDO's family, European Doctors Orchestra family, are here today on Heir Island. I'm a very lucky guy. I worked as a GP for 35 years and I managed to hold on to some playing the oboe during that time. And for the last 18 of those years, I've been involved with the European Doctors Orchestra. And that's exactly what it says on the tin. It's doctors from all over Europe coming together. Now we're coming together 3 or even 4 times a year. We rehearse intensively for 3 or 4 days, and then we play a concert. Concerts are always for charity, and we've done them in lots of different countries and are gradually doing them in more and more countries over the next few years.
And this is a small group of the European Doctors Orchestra that's come to Heir Island.
Yeah, so I'm also lucky in that I have a cottage on Heir Island, which is a little island off the southwest tip of Ireland, and it's an absolute paradise. It is more of a paradise on a sunny day than a wet day, but it's always gorgeous. And I had the idea a few years ago that it'd be lovely to have some chamber music on the island and to play stuff that had never been heard in this place before. So I invited friends from the Irish Doctors Orchestra, the European Doctors Orchestra, and friends of theirs and mine who aren't medical to come and play, and we play for a week, mostly for ourselves, and then we give a couple of concerts either on Heir Island or on Shirkin or in Baltimore, and Cape Clear we hope to go to next year. So it's just a bit of fun, but it brings some other people to the island who absolutely love it, and it brings some different sort of music to the island and the people that come here and love it as well.
You're from a very medical family. Tell us a little bit about your medical heritage.
So my heritage is my dad, who was a GP and worked just outside London and was innovative around training and alcohol interventions and family therapy. And he had 5 kids. He and my mum, Sue, had 5 kids, all of whom are doctors, 4 GPs and 1 renal physician. And yep, that's been a big part of my life, I guess.
Your father was very innovative and had some very interesting friends. He was a friend of Julian Tudor Hart.
He was a friend of Julian Tudor Hart and of some of the Oxford academics, and they wrote some quite interesting stuff together. Particularly what was interesting to him was the sort of the where the mind and the body meet, and that became an interest of mine, and teaching in primary care and in hospitals about how to have more helpful conversations with people who have real complicated mixtures of mind and body troubles.
Let's talk a little bit about the links between medicine and creativity.
Yeah, it's really interesting to, I mean, I'm absolutely no expert at this. I remember doing a paper before my finals, which looked at the links between mental illness and creativity. And it turns out that, yeah, not surprisingly, suffering and strife in your life can stimulate interesting new ideas. Not usually when you're unwell. People do their best writing when they're better, but they often draw on stuff from their own experiences. So there's always been this sort of connection between one's psychological mental health and creativity. But I think for medics, and certainly for the European Doctors Orchestra and Irish Doctors Orchestra and for us here, I think the wonderful thing is creating something together. It's the business of coming together, and we've just got bits of paper with dots on them, and all of a sudden, or not all of a sudden, but over a few days, we can make something that's exciting, worth listening to. And that's truly the best thing about humans, is that they can do that. There's so much and so many ways in which I think we're flawed, and God knows we're seeing some of the flaws exhibited around the world at the moment. But this ability to come together, to work cooperatively, to listen to each other, to balance, to really attend to the other and create something together, that's the best of being human.
Dave, thank you very much for sharing that with us. It's been wonderful listening to the orchestra. Thank you for welcoming us to your wonderful boathouse, and may I wish you continued success. Thank you very much indeed.
Pleasure, mate.
And now I've had a chance to talk to Conor Molony, who's playing at home, literally, because Conor, you're part of the Irish Orchestra.
So the Irish Doctors Orchestra was founded in 2020, and we have done about 2 concerts every year, and our next concert's in Dingle in September, Oscailga.
How does music fit into your life as a GP?
Oh, it's such an important part. Sometimes you'd go home, I'd play in an orchestra once a week in Limerick, and you might come stressed from work or been a difficult day, and you just have to focus on the music. And the music just kind of ignites a part of your life, or your soul, or you're playing along, you'll be making some mistakes, and you're like, oh, you can't concentrate on anything else, you have to focus. And then you hear the beautiful clarinet, or you hear the cello playing, and it just transports you out of your situation. So we were thinking about it over the weekend actually, we said, it's a therapy, and certainly there's a creativeness about health, and music is part of everybody's life. Whether you like classical music, whether you like rap, whether you like traditional, it's there, and you can tap into a part of you when you're feeling stressed or you need a distraction, or it can just bring you back into a warm, happy place when you hear a piece of music, whether you're playing it or you're actively listening to it.
And now I'm talking to Xanthe Cross, who was a GP, now is a wonderful cellist and a poet. Xanthe, tell us a little bit about the orchestra and how you're here.
So most of the people here on Heir have been playing with the European Doctors Orchestra in Cork, and then we had a quick drink after the concert, drove down, caught Dave's boat across, and we've been enjoying a few days since Monday, enjoying the island, the breathtaking views, and playing chamber music, swimming in the ocean, kayaking, walking, eating.
So tell us a little bit about the international makeup of the orchestra.
Well, the European Doctors Orchestra itself had representation from something like 18 different countries. And here we've got a couple from Holland, a lady from Germany, a couple of Irish doctors, some from England, and we've been invited by Dave, who's hosting the event, to come and share this incredible experience.
Now tell us a little bit about your interest in poetry.
Oh, I don't know quite what to say. I've been writing on and off for many years. My interest in writing was rekindled with a reflective writing for GPs course that was run on the Suffolk coast for many years by a facilitator called Gilly Bolton. It kind of came to a natural end with COVID, but a group of us have continued to meet regularly, initially on Zoom and then in each other's houses, using writing to explore our emotions, what comes up in our work, and in life in general. And from some of that writing came some poems.
Some of the emotion of life comes from your work as a GP, and I think that inspired some of your work.
Of course.
Anything you'd like to share with us?
I think one of the most humbling parts of being any kind of doctor is the fact that patients feel able to share their innermost fears and thoughts and their own emotions with us. And I think, in some experiences that can be really quite overwhelming. And I think it's important for doctors and any healthcare professional to have a way of processing that. And for some people that's painting or playing sport or music, of course, and through writing.
Thank you to the members of the European Doctors Orchestra for this wonderful concert. A particular thank you to Drs Dave Thomson, Conor Molony and Xanthe Cross for sharing their wisdom. And I hope you enjoyed your visit to the beautiful Heir Island off the southwest coast of Ireland, where we recorded this short piece for medicsvoices.com. Do visit medicsvoices.com on the web, on YouTube and on Spotify, where we interview many of the key opinion leaders in health and medicine around the world.